Let's call a meeting to order. And certainly want to thank everyone for coming tonight. We appreciate it very, very much. And we'll go ahead and I'm going to ask Tammy to lead us in a pledge, and I'll lead us in a gift.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Lord, we thank you for this wonderful day. Lord, thank you for this time together, and just thank you for all those who come here tonight, Lord. We just ask your blessing upon this meeting and every decision made. I pray this in your will. Lord, I just ask you to give us what you favor. All these many special favors in your precious name, I pray. First item on the agenda is a recommendation to approve the minutes from the last meeting. Is there a motion to do that? Okay, Francis. Craig, second.
Yes, sir.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you very much. Number 2, we're not quite ready for yet, so I'm going to skip on down actually to number 4 and then come back to number 3. We have a recommendation to hire Randy White to remodel the kitchen at the Hamilton Sullivan's house for $12,256. And I think you have a proposal in your tray. And Mr. Moore, I was going to ask you if you would just kind of, I know you tried to get several different contractors and really only had one proposal, and Randy has already done quite a bit of work at this house. So if you would just tell us what all this includes. They've got it.
Right now, the kitchen is just totally gutted, no insulation, no wall covering, no cabinets, no sink, nothing, just totally bare. And he's gonna come in and do some structural work, do some project in one corner, insulate it, put shiplap on the walls, build shelves, build the cabinet that the sink goes in, the sink, move the electrical, move the plumbing. It's quite an ordeal, all the trim work inside and everything, and of course the painting and that kind of thing. So it's not a small job.
No, sir, this is probably the last thing inside the house, is that correct, you think, or pretty close to the last?
Pretty close, yes. We've got, minor things like light fixtures and things like that we need to address.
But the house has been, we've had it replumbed, rewired, heating and cooling.
Exactly.
Not a whole lot more left on the inside to get it to where it can be functional until we get the outside restrooms. Is that
Exactly.
What's the status of those, Mr. Mulder, what's the status of those outside restrooms?
The restrooms,
Or do you know at this point?
yeah, I think I do. We started out with an architectural drawing from Emily Peterson. And we put out the bids to 4 different people, or gave them opportunity to bid. We got one back, and it was over $30,000. And we felt at that time that was just not the route to go. And we're exploring some other options that'll be a whole lot cheaper. And that's kind of where we are. And you want me to go ahead and talk about it?
if you want to? You're not meant.
What we've done in our preliminary work is look at the how do you call them? They're not temporary buildings, but the buildings down across from Walmart over there, the storage type buildings. And I had a meeting with him and Randy on that. And we think we can have really, really nice restrooms in one of those, either a 10 by 20 or a 12 by 20. And it'll fit into the house the way the house looks for a whole lot less money. A whole lot less money. Now we're still in the exploring stages on it, and in fact, I plan to call a meeting this week and talk to the rest of the historical society about it and get their approval on it. But this is brand new, late last week. This option, but we just felt like we didn't. Not knowing the traffic we're going to have, not knowing the demand for restrooms, we just didn't see spending that much money on restrooms.
will it have to meet a certain criteria for the historical
Yeah,
society?
well, not, we just want it to look like it fits.
Oh, yes. I
Now, it
understand.
does need to fit,
Like
the ADA,
which would be.
the Americans with Disability Act.
Oh, yes.
But talking to Randy, and we have all the dimensions, we have the plans from Emily, you know, we can go by all those dimensions. Actually, this building would be bigger than the one that, a little bit bigger than the one that Emily proposed. So we just think it's a viable option for it. It can be white, it can have a asphalt roof, it can have gray trim like the house. We think it will look like the house, look like it should be there.
I hope it works out.
And it won't look like a temporary building. So that's where we are.
You can take one of those and modify it to what we need.
Yeah.
And I think-
You know, it comes in totally unfinished on the inside, we just do what we want to on the inside.
The look would be more like a I hate to say mobile, manufactured housing. They would be looking somewhat like a nicer, how they look nicer these days, so it doesn't look like a temporary.
Wood
Not,
frame.
not at all.
Yeah.
Or wood frame.
It's a wood frame.
Single roof. I mean, it would probably look about what they were planning to build anyway.
Yeah.
And it would be white, just like a
Just a
house.
different type building.
So that's where we're at.
That's down the road, but that's, you know, he and I met, Mr. Moore met Friday, and we went over this proposal here because this needs to be done if the council agrees, because it can be done by the time we have our Fall Fest, which is October 31st.
Yes.
And the house will be open for people to come see and take a look at, and hopefully, if we get this awarded, Randy will be able to work it in his schedule and get this work completed by then.
Now,
That's the plan.
This doesn't include the, well, it does say farm sink and cabinets, all the cabinets?
Yeah, it'll have very sparse cabinets.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's gonna be like it would have been in the
Right.
time.
Yeah, we want to go back and replicate the original as much as we
okay.
can.
Anybody got any questions?
Any other questions?
I appreciate the Historical Society, Mr. Morno, he's took this on, spent a lot of time up there, and we recently had the chimney, rock chimney, put in fireplace, and it turned out good, didn't it?
Yeah, very good.
So, just another little feature to finish this house. I mean,
But the bathroom, by the time of the festival, would there be a bathroom?
not bathrooms, just
Not
the
bathroom,
kitchen.
Just the kitchen.
Just
The
the
kitchen would be.
Yeah. Okay. Well, based on this recommendation from the Historical Society, would there be a motion to approve this recommendation? And it would come out of the capital improvement fund, which we have money available for projects like this.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Moore. You can tell Mr. White. Scott, on number 3, would you mind explaining that to us? And we need to go in executive session on this just for a short time and the reason for it.
Yes, sir, I think we need to go in just to discuss the good name and character briefly. It shouldn't take us longer than 10 minutes at the most.
Okay. So the motion to go in executive session.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Frank, is there a second?
I'll say.
All in favor, say aye. We should be back about 10 minutes. Thank you.
Hey,
How long was it, Dave?
it was, 6:10 to 6:28.
16 minutes.
18?
I had 16 minutes.
I'll make a motion to go back to regular session. Okay. Need a second? I'll second. All right. We're back in session. And, oh, got to vote, I'm sorry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Go back to number 3. What we're doing is hiring a recommendation to hire a temporary worker for the administrative office of the City of Hampton Water Department. This person recommended, the name is Emily Tucker. Starting date will be September 28th for 8 weeks at $9 per hour. Is there a motion to approve this recommendation?
I'll make a motion
Okay,
to approve.
is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Does any council have anything before we adjourn? Would like to say that, Angela and I and Francis met with Alan Cantrell this afternoon about 2 o'clock for probably a good hour and a half. Going over our budget numbers. Each department head has turned in a budget. We gave it to Alan. He's gonna put it all together and get it back to us so we can review it before next meeting. He's got the numbers, or we'll have the numbers, and then we can get back with each council member, go over everything. If we need to have a special meeting before the next October meeting, or have a work session before, go over everything we can. Everything looks good. Our numbers we're still way ahead of budget as we thought we would be. And, so just, it's nothing much changed, but we'll allow the council know that before the next meeting, what the numbers look like, but just in case it needs to be tweaked up and down, you just kind of see where it's at, but, that's all I've got. So would there be a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second? All in favor, say